Alright, welcome back everyone, Zaf here to yet another juicy SLA video. Still sick, but I basically didn't talk all day so I can do this video. My voice is almost gone, but that's not going to stop me. In this guide, we're going to go over the new battlefield time, that being for IGRIS. This one is pretty fun in terms of whether or not you have the right light elemental type weapons and skills to basically do the run. Otherwise, yeah, it's not going to be fun at all. So let me show you what I ran. My hunter choices, my skill choices, and the weapons you can use. It is I guess there's a lot of variety to this run in terms of what hunters and skills you can use, but there's obviously a better set you should run, so let's cover all that with you. And actually I should mention I'm missing a lot of stuff for this run too, so my time isn't anything crazy. Though it's pretty good, you need a lot of legendary skills, that's the issue for battlefield time. Legendary skills are a must, and if you don't have them, well, your run's going to be slower than other people's if they have a legendary. So don't worry too much if you can't do your runs 1-to-1 to any guides you see. Legendary skills and busting stones truly make or break the run. And just really quick, do not forget, the supporter program is back after around 4 weeks of not being active. That means we haven't had codes in 4 weeks, but it's back, so make sure you support. The link will be down below. That way, once we get codes in a few days, I'll be able to send you them, because we know we love getting those juicy freebies from the supporter program. And all my top supporters get shoutouts, and also, they get juicy exclusive Discord roles, so make sure you support. That way you get a lot of those juicy benefits. And also a big shout out to all of you giving me your best wishes, because I'm pretty sick. I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Your comments and likes really do lift my spirits. Thank you again. And I promise I will get some rest soon, after this video of course. Oh, and really quick, because I've been sick, I haven't done my first commenter shoutouts in a while, so congrats to Vova, congrats to Pluto, congrats to Exceed, and finally congrats to Andrea for being your first commenters on the last few videos. Here are your shoutouts and enjoy those juicy Discord rolls. Okay, so here's what I ran. We have our Plum, we have our Huntsman. This weapon combination is great, but if you don't have Huntsman, and instead you have this weapon right over here, that being the guild weapon, the Truth Demon Knight Spear, you can use this instead. It's actually very good, especially for dealing with the mobs. So either or does work. They honestly act the same more or less, but if you use this, you might need more break, so you might need to adjust the artifacts you use on your hunters, which I'll go over in just a second. But you do want to use Plum 100%, it's so good, and for your hunters, you do have a bit of variety to choose from. In my case, I went with Go, I went with Jinho, and I went with Min. You can of course use Jinho instead of Go, if you have him. For Jinho though, I do want to keep him because he gives us a shield and also a very nice attack bonus. A lot of you don't know this, but if we go to his passives, you'll see at the A5 mark, which some of you will have by now, getting SRs to A5 isn't the worst. So a lot of you will have him to A5, so that's why I use him. But also because this potion effect right here increases our attack by 12% and gives us a shield. The shield is super important because we're running this set right here, so we get the bonus from the shield, which gives us a 10% damage dealt increase, that being for 10 seconds, and also, when we start the battle, this will help you out a lot if you run this Blessing Stone here. This Blessing Stone right here, it'll help you clear the mobs in the beginning much faster, giving you that instant damage increase from the beginning of the battle. You don't need to use any support skills in that case, so it makes it so valuable. One of the few, I would say, Blessing Stones that give us a good effect at the start of battle, that is. Nothing else really gives us a similar effect. Kasaka's Steel Scales are very good because it does give us a nice bonus effect just in case you get hit. You won't really get knocked back down, so it's very good to use. But this is my loadout for Blessing Stones. Reawakening giving us a 20% cooldown reduction. Also weakness detection giving us one of the rarest stats in the game, a 12% elemental damage increase. I really wish I had it to legendary, it's so hard to get, but hopefully I'll get it soon. Sharp Perception giving us more crit rate, so OP, and also Pulverize giving us more break, exactly what we need. Breaking fast is vital in battlefield time, that way we get the most damage done possible. And when it comes to your shadows, I know you're probably shocked, why is he not using Iron? The reason why I'm not using Iron is pretty simple, honestly. That's just because the new shadow, that being Kaisel, is so strong. Look at this. So look at the skills. You can see 657%, 600%, 825%. You can see all these percentages are so high. If I use Iron in this case, you'll see it is not comparable at all. Literally, 1/10 the damage. What a absolute shock. You are going to miss out on one thing, that being this right here, the defense decrease, but I do think Kai'Sa's damage is more than enough to compensate for this. That's just me. Give it a try what you think is best, but I did like Kai'Sa much more. The damage was just so good. And of course, we're using Serbi. Serbi gives us a 5% damage increase to the target, and the duration is infinite, so OP. And I'm using Blades because we don't have too many attack bonuses, so the Shadow's Authority is so good. 6% attack increase, it is juicy all the way. You can instead use IGRIS if you want, or even Big Rock, up to you. All three of these shadows really do help out either way. The difference isn't going to be that big, but still, you'll notice it. So Blades was the one I use for my run, up to you what you want to use. And for your cores, nothing too crazy, just make sure on Jinnu at least, you have this one equipped, giving him a 5% attack increase. That's a must, trust me. Everything else, I mean, doesn't matter, you can just copy this, but it's not going to make too much of a difference. Just make sure the elemental typing matches up, yeah, not a difference on your hunters for this round, just on Jinnu, since a lot of these bottom cores are just reducing your damage taken or giving effects based off your ultimate, which we don't need, or giving you more power gauge, again, we don't need, so it's just the first core that's the most important. And when it comes to artifacts, I mean, pretty standard to what we're used to. You want to have 2 Self Blessing sets. These are so OP, giving us that very rare elemental type damage bonus. You want Blessing set on Min, giving us a fantastic effect once the support skill is used. And for this set on Go, you can interchange it between 2 sets right here. It can either be the Noble Sacrifice set or the Angel and White set. Both work. Just make sure your Jinnu has the most power, otherwise it'll not apply to him. So please, if you're using Min on your team, make sure his power isn't higher than Jinnu. As you can see, if I was running that set, the bonus will be applied to Min, which is not good, so make sure you watch the power numbers, super important. But I do want to mention, if you're using the other weapon, that being the Guild Light weapon, you should probably run at least 1 additional break set on one of your hunters, or 2, it will be dependent on your account, so you should probably run this set here instead, that being the Soul Analysis set, giving you more break, very important. This set right here, this will give you so much more break, because Huntsman does provide break. It can make the difference between breaking the boss right away or doing it later, which is not ideal, so make sure you keep that into consideration, otherwise your break counter might not go down, resulting in less damage dealt. And again, make sure you run the Guardian set. If not, I guess you can run Angel and White instead, giving you a damage bonus, but I use it because I get 2 shields, one from this Blessing Stone and also Jinnu as well. Very OP, and for your skills, you want to use this one right here, Sonic Extreme Double Down, helps you with the first phase and also deals so much damage to the boss towards the end, because we get this effect applied right away. When your attack hits an enemy that doesn't have a break gauge, it increases damage of Double Down by 160%. Big damage increase, so make sure you use it. It's one of the best skills for this run, and for your break, you really want to use this one right here, Multi-Shadow Strike, dealing almighty break and so much damage, so do not sleep on this, otherwise, yeah, your damage is gonna be nerfed for this run. There are skills like this one here, but it's just not as good, it's not gonna do enough. You really need those 2 skills to make these runs successful, otherwise it'll be a bit rough. There's not too many light skill equivalents. I mean, we do have this one providing us weak break. Yeah, it's not going to do us too well, so make sure run those skills. I'm pretty sure Electric Shock wouldn't be too bad, but the damage isn't comparable. We really want to use these 2 skills right here. They will make a difference. Oh, and for your weapons, you can use this one right here. It provides elemental weakness damage, pretty darn good, or the rare version, both work. Just make sure to use the one that's A10, giving you the best bonus, of course. But yeah, let's jump into the run, so you know exactly what to do. Alright, so let's go for the run. I did this on the practice stage, so I have to do this all over again to register my score once more, but here we go. This is what you do when the battle starts, so right away, what you want to do is dash forward once and walk a bit forward, and then use the armor break skill. This should clear everything, if not, just use your light weapon to clear the rest, but these skills are so OP right now that most of you should be able to, unless you're new or a free-play player, then it might be a bit harder. That is exactly why I use the Guardian set to get the 10% damage bonus. With the correct Blessing Stone, of course, this will make the beginning so much better. And the reason why we dash is because of Plum. Plum will give us more damage coming in, so you have to dash, otherwise you might not have enough damage to beat the first phase. Then you want to dash to either of the sides right here. You then want to use your Huntsman skill, or if you're using the other guild weapon, use that instead. That should clear all the mobs right here. You'll see, we dash in, use the skill, The mobs are basically going to all be cleared. Yeah, easy peasy. And boom, auto attack if you have to, or basic attack. I just for some reason always say auto attack, but as these mobs spawn in, you want to dash to around this point right here. This is the same as basically a lot of the battlefield times we've had in the past, where we want to stand right here for all the mobs to group up, then we basically attack them. So you'll see, we're going to dash right around here, stand there and wait. All the mobs are going to go all in the middle right over here. Boom, you'll see, they're going to dash forward. These mobs coming too. And then you want to use this skill right here, clearing all the mobs. You can do this faster once you get more practice in. Same thing here, just wait and boom, get ready. We're going to use the armor break skill and boom, preemptively use it, clear all the mobs, and just start basic attacking here to clear this mob right here. Very, very simple first and second phase, as long as you have the right skills, of course. Otherwise, you might have to do a lot of basic attacking, and also you might find using one of your other skills will actually help you out a lot. You can use Min in the beginning to get even more damage off, so please make sure you do that, or even Jino. If this round takes you about 30 seconds to do, you should use both of these hunters in the beginning, get all the damage buffs applied to you, because by the time IGRIS spawns and you fight them, you can use their skills again, so make sure you do that. In my case, I didn't, because I clear it pretty quickly, so I don't need to use them. In your case, it might be very beneficial to use them beforehand, otherwise you'll find it'll be very detrimental to your run if you don't, because they do provide a lot of bonuses that will for sure make your first and second phase so much faster. And also a very important tip, as you can see here, our mana is actually very, very low. So what you want to do after you beat this mob right here, you want to just keep basic attacking. You'll see basic attack, get our mana up, basic attack and more. And what I do as well is I use my plum skill. That's just because we get the effect off. We're not really going to use plum during the match unless you want to get more of a bonus off, which you can, I believe I do as well. But you want to use it to get one more stack of plum's effect off, as you can see right here where my mouse is. So a pretty good strat if you ask me. You can see we have 2 stacks right here, but it should go up to 3 in a second if I use it for this run. Let me just see, do I use it? I hope I do. We'll see once IGRIS responds. If not, make sure you do it. Depending on the run, sometimes I can and sometimes I can't. We'll see. Yeah, so you saw there, I actually use it. And before IGRIS runs in, I'm also basic attacking again, getting our mana back up. So now we have 3 stacks of this, very important. You want to get as many stacks as you can. More damage means a faster run, of course. So now IGRIS is going to run again, basic attacking, get our mana up, and dodge here for the extreme evasion. Use Shadow Step, use the shadows, and start piling on all your hunters. And make sure when you use Jino, you pick up the potion, very important for your damage. So we're going to wait, and Jino should come up soon. Let me see if I can see the potion drop here. So once I use Jino, you'll see we're getting a bonus effect. Just watch very carefully. Right here, Jino comes in, the potion spawns, and we get a shield attack increase, super juicy. And of course, during this time, you want to be basic attacking, and you also want to use your armor break skill. That's after you get all your buffs applied for the maximum damage possible. So see here, the mob is at 79% HP, that being IGRIS. We're going to break the target, and now use this skill right here, but make sure you dash as well for the most damage possible if you have plum, super duper important. So we're going to dash, use our skills, that way we get the most damage possible. You can use plum as well if you want for more damage, but I just don't. I might use it later on, but you don't have to. Up to you what you want to do. You want to use this skill during the break state to get the most damage possible. As you can see here, if I had the legendary rune, if I had the legendary blessing stone as well, IGRIS probably would have died by now, but no worries. We're just going to keep piling on the damage, no problem. And yeah, IGRIS should die by then. Make sure you dodge as well to continue applying the Shadow Step off on the target. As you can see here, Shadow Step was off, and now it's applied again. And I just wanted to go back to mention, make sure before you use your skills to watch and wait for the invincibility period to go away. That's on basic attacking, to get our mana up if you need it, and also to make sure I know when to use our skills next. So our Shadow Step and our skills. This will make sure IGRIS dies and you're not wasting your damage potential. But yeah, overall, this one could have been way faster if I had the right setup. No worries there. We don't need too much of a fast time for this run because you need such a setup to get around 40 seconds. You need so many high advanced weapons and so many legendary skills to get the perfect run, so don't worry if you can't get it. This is a very resource intensive run. You do need to be a whale. to get under the 50-second mark, so don't sweat it, do your best, I know you can do it. But yeah, if you enjoy, do drop your like, make sure to subscribe, that way I know more content like this, and hopefully I will be better by the next video, that way I can make content where I don't sound like I'm dying. But yeah, this was your Code King Zaf signing out.